And subscribers, welcome back to the channel. You don't know it's the boy SAE, best upon yourself, and thank you all for tuning in to this one. So, my peeps, what I really want to touch on today is the West Indies versus Sri Lanka first T20 of the T20 leg of the series. They already filled the ODI, but now it's a different version. And I believe that this version is a stronger version for West Indies. And with the team we have, we believe that we can get the job done. But my peeps, if it's the first time on the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell to be the first alerted whenever a new video is uploaded. And don't forget to leave your honest thoughts in the comment section. So my people, the West Indies have named a strong 15-man squad to face Sri Lanka in the T20 leg of the tour. And based on paper, guys, it's basically the strongest team we have available in the Caribbean right now. Are players who are not injured or who can make the team. You understand? It's gonna really be tricky because there's, you know, some people might say there's a lacking in fast bowling department, but I don't believe that. I think that the team is a balanced team, with the experience of Jason Ola, Romara Shepherd, and those guys, So I'm gonna do a little quick probably playing 11 for the first T20. All right, so out and out, last T20 match the West Indies played, I thought they opened with Rastan Chase. But I am not going to open Rastan Chase if I'm to be honest with you. I'm not going to open with him. I'm going to go back with the opening position in my team. Are going to be Shea Hope. Shea Hope will open the batting. He did. Originally he was an opening batter. It's just the fact that the team needed substance or needed a little resistance in the middle phase of the inning, so he had put himself down in number 3-4 position. But I think he is going to open back as though we have a solid number 3 right now. So Shea will open the batting with Brandon King. Yes, Brandon King has been named to the T20 squad, so yes, Brandon King is going to be uh, a great asset in terms of opening position. He hasn't really been at his best, if you guys understand. He's just trying. I think this T20 leg, I think he should try to get himself back into form, rather than, keep failing. He need to show little improvement, unless they're going to drop him similar like how they drop him from the ODI team. So Brandon King and Shea will open the batting. Number 3, Shimran Hetmaya, as the last couple T20s that West Indies have played, he has given us a really good, comfortable, um, should I say expectation, or should I say delivered at that number 3 where West Indies have kind of been struggling in terms of who to put there, and the fire explosive, similar to what Puran used to give us. Hetmeyer is giving us that at that number 3 position. So Shimon Hetmeyer at that number 3 position. Now we're gonna go down to number 4. Number 4, guys, I'm gonna go with Ravman Powell. Never really did that well in the IPL, if I'm to be honest. It's the West Indies players this year never really that perform in IPL. Apart from Jason Ola, nobody else really contribute that much with the bat or the runs. And never really make an impact. So Ravman Powell, the former captain, will be a lot of responsibility is still on his head. He is a former captain. He should have still be the captain right now, but circumstances. So Ravman Powell at that number 4 position. Number 5 now, Sherfin Rutherford, he didn't do much in the ODI, first ODI match, nor in the IPL as well, but we all know what Sherfin Rutherford is capable of. We don't need to explain Sherfin Rutherford's potential and ability. He has been showing that locally, internationally, apart from the IPL. Before the IPL, he was in really good form in the other league. So, it's just, sometimes form dip, and, understand players just end up with a poor form at some point. But what they say, talent and is permanent. So expect him to come back good this time around, Mama T20 series. This is his playing ground, his strongest form at the T20 leg. So that's what number 5. Moving on to number 6 now, my wonderful peeps. Rastan Chase, the person that a lot of people said that he can open the button, or he should be opening the button. He might open the button if West Indies, they might use him to open the button as well. But I'm not going to use Rastan Chase as opening button. A lot of people think that he should not be in this West Indies T20 team. But, We don't have any other spin all rounder who can make the cut at the moment. Naveen Badasi, who can bat as well, hasn't really been selected in the West Indies team for a while now. Apart from his, I think he went on a tour to Nepal and something like that. He hasn't really make a comeback as yet. We have other options, guys. But Rastan Chase is the is the man that I don't want to say foundation, but he's the best we have in a spinning, but in our running position. So Rutherford at that number 6, he did well in the last time he opened in the World Cup, I think. And he said in a previous interview that he doesn't mind opening the batting once he's given the opportunity. He loved that. So, who knows? Some might roll the dice and say, all right, let's continue the rest and chase and see how he perform. Who knows? But for now, we just have to just wait and see, right? So that's what 6. Rastan Chase, number 7, Jason Ola, the best West Indies candidate, the best all-rounder in West Indies right now. Best West Indies IPL performer. Even though some people blame him for his team GT lost in the IPL, but um, it's not his fault. So Jason Ola will be expected to lead the bowling attack, and also but a little bit higher, 7 or so. Right, that's what he's at. What 7 on my team. So yeah, Rutherford. Jason Ola will bat at that number 7 and offer a lot of experience with his bowling and leadership qualities as well. So moving on to number 8, guys, I'm gonna go with Romaro Shepherd. He never really did that much in the IPL, but his team carried him. He did enough to lift the title this time around. He's the IPL title winner. So a lot of people can't say they are, but you understand that he wasn't at his best at that moment, but at the same time, he still managed to come on with the title. The team had faith in him, and the team just needed him at that point, and they couldn't win without him. So, Romar Shepherd at what 8. Then we move down to the bowlers, guys. Number 9, we're gonna have Akil Hussain. Yeah, my people, he bowled exceptionally well in the IPL. No question, no joke. He bowled extremely well. At one point, they were saying that Noor Ahmed and Akil Hussain was the twin destruction of their team because these two had a really good chemistry. But the coach, I think, is inconsistent in playing Hussain and these guys. He always change up the combination and drop Akil Hussain after a good match and, then rate it. So, it's always come down to, what he's thinking and how he's feel in order to let Akil Hussain play. So Akil Hussain, that's what 9. Alright, so moving on to number 10 now, guys. Gudakish Moti, even though he hasn't really I don't wanna say it did well in the ODI, but I think they're gonna try to implement him in the T20 side. We have other options now, guys. If you're choosing to go with a fast bowler, you could go with Shamar Springer. Matty Ford is in my team. Or if I could go, I think they might. Buda Kishimoto is kind of tricky, guys, in terms of being selected because his form hasn't really been the best. But I think he will get the nod over other players because of his experience. You understand? So West Indies might play 3 spinners. You understand? So Buda Kishimoto 10, 11, Matthew Ford. So Matthew Ford and Romar Shepherd and those guys will take the new ball. So I'm gonna play with one out and out fast bowler in terms of Matthew Ford. We have Jason Ola, we have Romar Shepherd, and also we have Rastan Chase, Akil Hussain, and Gudakish Moti. You understand these guys can bowl as well, and also Rutherford can give you a couple overs as well. You understand? Or you might say, alright, drop a Moti and bring in an extra pace in Shamar Joseph or Shamar Springer. Who knows? But my people, that's my play 11 for now. Matthew Ford will make up my 11. Please leave yours in the comment section down below. Best up on yourself, alright? Big up.